What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, man? Check it out. I'm Rob Odie. I'm in Studio 39, aka the Bear Cave. I feel like my camera's real zoomed in for some reason. I'll fix that in a second. But nonetheless, it is Wednesday. And that means one thing: True Exposure Live. That's right, True Exposure Live brought to you by Spotlight39. We're talking anything and everything Championship 7v7. So this week, we get to recap the big event that we just had in Plano, Texas. And when I say a big event, man, we had 70 plus deep. So before we get into it, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn the notifications on, give this video a thumbs up because YouTube loves that kind of thing, man. More importantly, we're going to have some kids on the show. We're going to have some coaches. So tap in, show some love, comment. We'll bring it up on the screen. Let's give these kids the exposure they deserve. With that being said, let me bring in my co-host, my guy from Texas. Who is it? You know who it is, man. It's my guy, Steve. How you feeling?
Man, I'm good.
My man.
Good.
So look,
It's not as cool over here in Texas as it is out there where you are, brother.
yeah. So check it out, man. Finally, I feel like I got my swagger back, right? The COVID I think is behind me. I got a little pep in my step. I got a little bit of energy, right? So we got to bring the heat, man. When I say bring the heat, there was some heat down in Texas, and we're gonna get into that, right? We're gonna learn a little bit about it. We're gonna see what's going on. So, do you wanna give them a snapshot of what we're about to watch with this recap, or do you just want me to cue the video, let them see what popped off, and then we'll get into the recap?
Man, you go ahead and cue the video because that is what's important. Cue the
The
video.
video. Here it is, man. So look, Plano, Texas, Championship 7v7. Content brought to you live and indirect by my guy Josh. Big Hits Live, man. Check him out. Make sure you subscribe to him on YouTube, TikTok, all the social media. Big Hits Live. Appreciate you, Josh. Bang, bang, bang. I went one too many, man. So let me bring it back. That's the recap video, man. If you weren't fired up after watching that, I don't know what else we can do. My guy Josh came through in the clutch, man. So shout out to him. Shout out to Big Hits Live. So Steve, man, let's get into the recap. Walk us through what we just saw, man.
Man, Josh was fire. Okay, first and foremost, Josh was fire. Josh was all over the place, blowing it up for Championship 7v7 TikTok, also his own TikTok. Let me know how's it coming through on your side. I want to make sure the audio is super clear because what I'm about to say is so fire. I just want everybody to understand what I'm about to say. So if you can hear me clearly, let me know.
Look, man, we got you live and indirect. The audio is solid. You're coming through full HD. We are locked and loaded. Let the people know what's going on.
Let's pop it off first with the young ones. We're gonna bring some of the young ones on first, actually. But that 12U was a fire. When I say it, I'm gonna say it one more time. It was a fire. Fire championship. Lovejoy 2028 was our first Texas big hitter and winner. Okay. And not only did they win in an epic form, but they won so big because they came back from being down and they got it. They got it. Okay. They came back from being down and they got it. Secondly, we're gonna go up to our kids all the way from out of the state in Iowa. Level up,
Oh
level
wow,
up. Came and
Iowa.
got the action. Level up gold came and got the action in our 14U bracket, and they were phenomenal, phenomenal.
So when you say
Now,
phenomenal, did
that
they
being
take the
said,
cup?
they won. They
They
won.
won.
They won.
They
They
came.
won.
Look, they
They
came
won
from
the whole thing.
Iowa. They brought the cold weather from Iowa to Texas because y'all was dealing with a little chilliness. Y'all were feeling like y'all were
Right.
in Iowa. So they brought the cold and they showed up and showed out. Is what you're telling me.
They showed out big time, big time. They were big about being humble and having humility, but they also showed out and won big. Now we had teams from all over. You know, our 12U division was deep, our 14U division was deep, but then we popped over to our 15U division. Our 15U division had a team that we have commonly known to come through and win with Coach Smith. They rebranded themselves a little bit. Guess what? They were still winners, still winners, no matter what they called themselves. That was that Texas Epic. Texas Epic, huge winners came out and really showed out. It was not even close in the championship game. Not even
Okay.
close. Not
Okay.
even close. Now, 18U, oh, 18U is going to give us some flavor. They decided to come on and accept this today. They weren't so busy today that they were able to come onto the show. But what Coach Hall did with these 18U boys, it's unbelievable. We had the 18U stacked. We had Coach Derek Rasmussen all the way from the soon 77 team bringing his squad down. Every time Coach Rasmussen comes out, he is super fire. I mean, he's skilled and knows how to get the job done. Now, we thought to ourselves, okay, Coach Rasmussen's bringing down his Sooner 7 blue team. They're fisting the show out. Prime Truth kept winning and winning. We had Kenny Miller with his phenomenal team, Lone Star come out, and Lone Star showed out. But they end up being caught up in the semifinals. But the 18U action was so hot. We had AR shots out there. He said he must have walked over 14 miles the day filming in Plano. Okay.
That's nuts.
Out there, Brittany Marvin from the Valley, she was on fire. If you had a yoke package in your hand, if you had some of that Zenith helmet on your head, oh, she was all over you with some amazing, crisp photography. I'm telling you, the stuff she had was unreal.
Hold on. So let me
Unreal.
pause you right
Now,
there. Let me pause you right there. I think that's prime time. I think we need to bring something up. So tell the people what we're looking at right now. You talked about it. Now tell them about it.
man, we're looking at that Zenith loop. That Zenith loop is amazing. Okay, not only do you put it on, it fits straight. It doesn't matter what your hairstyle is. You can able to drop it on and use that Zenith loop. Now you also have this yoked, and ooh, there's some fancy stuff coming out with yoked, and our media team is ready to roll it out. And when yoke is ready to roll it out, there's going to be some more for you. But that powder, oh, we had some teams have that powder. Team Texas Force, they went and took a sip of that powder, and man, they were on fire, all online. Yoked wanted the video, they were so hot. And then of course we got those grip boosts. We have the grip boost liquid to put on your grip boost. You're never going to be unsticky with the grip boost. If your hands got any feeling, you can catch it. Okay, somebody threw a fly in the air, somebody reached out and caught it with their hands. That's that fire. It's that fire. Okay,
So
it's
look,
that
shout
fire.
out to the sponsors. Shout them out.
Sponsors everywhere.
So let's get back to the
Sponsors
show,
everywhere.
man.
I'm gonna shoot my shot. I'm gonna shoot my shot before you get on, though. I'm gonna shoot my shot. Ford, where you at? We looking for you, Ford.
That's
We
it.
looking for you, Ford. We are from Texas. We like our Ford truck, and so we would love for Ford to go ahead and pick us up. We love our Waterburger down here in Texas, and you know Waterburger. If you just don't know about it, we love you too. So we're looking for those big sponsors to come on and help us help children throughout Texas and throughout the nation. And because we're international circuit throughout the world. Let's go.
International. So, international being said, man, let's bring up schedule. We can't forget the schedule, man. Look, this is a working document. There's some audibles on here, but nonetheless, man, the meat and potatoes are there. Florida, you're up next. You're on the clock. We coming, man. So make sure February 5th, 6th, you got what it takes, man. Bring that heat. Florida, let's see what you got. With that being said, man, what else you got before we start bringing on our guests?
No, I think we might as well let them flow because our media was on fire. Our media team was on fire. Our venue was on fire. We had the frosty, ice cold, chilly weather that was not on fire. But guess what? When you showed up, you knew you wanted to be there to play football.
Okay.
It didn't even warm up throughout the day. It was cold all day long. People was sitting inside of the bathroom trying to get warm. It was that cold. But when it came time to play, they strapped up, put that helmet on, put the mouse in, and they went to work.
Okay. Okay. So let's do this, man. Let me cue up the guest. We gonna bring them on. It's that go time. So make sure I got my numbers right here. Bang. Here we are. What's up, fellas? Can y'all see us? Can you hear us? So I think I got audio from Coleman. I think Coach, mic check, mic check. Let's see where you're at. I think you might be muted. So let's do this, Coach. I'm gonna kick you off. You rejoin using that same link. And while we do that, Mr. Coleman, sir, how about you formally introduce yourself? Tell the world who you are,
Yes.
where you're from, what team you rock with, and anything else you want us to know, man.
I'm Coleman Ray. I live outside of Dallas, north like Lucas. I play on Lovejoy 2028. And yeah. I'm receiver and safety. Sometimes I play middle linebacker.
Okay. And what grade are you in?
I'm in 6th grade.
6th grade, looking like a high schooler, man. You're confusing
Yeah,
me.
he's looking cooler. Yes, he is looking like a high schooler. Now, Coleman with that Jason Witten jersey in the back. Now whose jersey is that? Is that your dad's jersey or is that your jersey?
That is Coach's jersey. I'm at his house right now.
Okay, okay. So, Coach, do we got audio? Can you hear us? Can you see us?
I hear you and see. How about me?
Fantastic. Much better. Much better. So let's do this. Let you introduce yourself formally. Tell the world who you are, what you do, what team you represent, and anything else you want us to know.
Okay. My name's Chad Smith. I coach Lovejoy 2028 12U 7-on-7. I also coach these boys in tackle football since 2nd grade. A lot of them I've been coaching since they were 4 years old in flag football, and they're a great group of kids. I'm with them year round.
Good deal. So, Steve, man, what do you got? What do you got for these fellas, man? They took the time out of their, I say day, early evening. You guys are in Texas, so you guys might have a little sunlight out. So, what do you got for these folks, man? These guys showed up and showed out.
Come on. First and foremost, let's go ahead and let's talk about it real quick. Coach, you have an MVP with you right here. You brought 2 MVPs with you. What were you thinking before halftime in that championship game? Because, Coach, we know you weren't up at halftime, right? So what was going through your mind?
No, sir. We were down 18-2 at halftime.
Oof.
And I told the boys, like I've told them before, we're making mental mistakes. Everybody's trying a little bit too hard. If we clean up the mental mistakes and we get getting out physical, I know they're going to come back and win this game. They've done it before. And they've come back many times. They're mentally strong. I think they were pressing a little too much at the start of the game. And I told them I have confidence in you. You cut out the mental mistakes and you start getting a little more physical. Everything else will take care of itself.
And look, man, I wasn't there physically, but for you to come back 18-2 at halftime, I'd say it took care of itself. I'd say that you guys, had a pep talk at halftime and made some adjustments, made some moves. So, Steve, what it looked like, real time?
Real time, it didn't look like panic. Coleman, you said you're a wide receiver. You got to tell me something, Coleman. Was there a catch that you had to make for your team to start the comeback?
Yes, there was.
Give me the route, give me the setup, give me the huddle.
All right, so we were in the huddle and he called. I don't know what play it was. I was running an out and up, but I was motioning to it. So I motioned to it. I'm running an out and up, and the safety is like, so when I went my out route and I was like, okay, if I like jog it a tiny bit, the safety's not going to think I'm going up, and the corner didn't either. So then I took it back up the field and I was wide open. I was looking over my right shoulder and the ball went over my left, so I had to readjust it and caught it right here, and then ran after the catch and got to the 2-yard line or whatever.
Hey,
Football IQ, it's sixth grade right there.
come on, Rob. He said he was running the route. He expected the ball to be dropped in over his right shoulder. It went to his left. He turned his head around to catch it on his left side.
It was the other way around. I expected over my right shoulder and went to the left.
Oh, you expected it over your right, and you had to catch it on your left. So did you have to adjust the seam of your route to get there?
Yes, I had to make it. Instead of going straight, I made it more of a fade.
Now, can you tell me who taught you how to do that?
Coach did. I've gone to D-Rob, whoever, always open. He did that, and then Fred Ross. He did too.
Man.
Okay,
That's
so
what wide receivers coach.
he made that catch, Coach. Coach, he made that catch. What were you thinking when he made that catch? That he's only in sixth grade. Know that is an advanced move for a receiver to adjust to the ball in midair, thrown over 20, 25 yards. What did you think at that moment?
Oh, he does stuff like that all the time. I wasn't surprised at all. He ran a great route. That was actually the catch that got us down for the game time score. We scored a couple plays after that. But, yeah, he runs great routes, and that was actually about a 32, 33-yard pass. He has an uncanny ability to go up and get balls and challenge for them. He was being double covered this whole tournament. He's not selfish at all. When they start doubling, he lets me know, hey, they're putting another safety over the top of me, so we can go other places with the ball. He's a very smart football player, not selfish at all. Great kid all the way around.
Man. And he's sixth grade. So I say it all the time, man. I say it all the time. It's scary, exciting, because they're only going to get bigger, stronger, and faster. Like, I mean, if he's doing this in sixth grade, what's he going to do freshman year, right? Like, what's he going to do sophomore year? By the time senior year rolls around, what does that look like? That's exciting. That's super exciting, man. I love watching, and I'm going to say little kids, man, because I feel old, but, watching you younger student athletes, right, outside of high school, put in the heart and soul that you guys do on the field. It speaks volume to the organization that you're with, the coaching staff that surrounds you, your support group, because you guys really do ball out, just like the high school kids, the 18Us, and I mean, it's just fun to watch. It's fun to watch. So that's my 2 cents. What else we got for him, Steve?
Yeah, no, on top of that, Coach, I just want to know what other staff members, moms, or anybody you want to shout out here, Coach. I know the organization, in order for it to be successful, it takes a lot of components. I'd like to give you the opportunity now to really show some respect to some other people in your organization, Coach.
I want to shout out first and foremost to my younger brother, Chance Smith. He coaches tackle and 7-on-7 year-round with me. I couldn't do it without him. He doesn't even have a son. He's only got a daughter. He does it for the love of the game and the love of the boys. Of course, my beautiful wife, Leslie, got to give her a shout-out. Takes a lot of time to coach up these boys, and she's the best football mom in the state of Texas. She loves it.
Love it. Love it.
Come on. Now, Coleman, we're gonna have to switch off of you and go over to the defensive MVP. But as the offensive MVP, I'm gonna ask you a couple questions real quick, kind of like a fire round, okay? Kind of like you would have if you were on ESPN. Are you ready for it?
Yes, sir.
All right. Who is the best quarterback, a left-handed quarterback or a right-handed quarterback?
Like, are you saying like in the NFL or like?
Your preference.
In general, your preference.
Okay, in the NFL, Tom Brady, 1000%. In our grade, CJ.
CJ. Okay.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer.
Which is the defensive MVP.
Okay. Game is on the line. Game is on the line. Who do you want the ball thrown to? Yourself or another receiver on your team?
Whoever's open. Whoever is
Okay.
open.
Okay. Favorite topic in school?
Favorite topic? I love social studies. I think it's very interesting.
My man. That was my
He's a history
favorite.
buff.
That was my favorite. I love it.
History buff. Now we're going to throw some history on you. Who is the oldest quarterback to ever play in the NFL?
Tom Brady.
My man. Okay. We're gonna roll out, but we want to give you a chance to shout out to that person that loves you the most, the people that take care of you every day. Go ahead, give them a shout out real quick here, Coleman.
My mom and my dad taking me to every single practice and game, and shout out to my teammates who like help me and like help me get better and help us win all the games. So
Shout out to
Great,
the support group.
Great.
Love it.
That's great.
Appreciate you, Coleman, man. Good luck the rest of the circuit. Hopefully we get to see each other soon. I'm going to bring on our next guest, right? Defensive MVP, Mr. CJ Smith. CJ Smith, live and in color. There he is. So mic check, mic check. Do we got audio? Do we got video? I will change your Twitter handle in just a second.
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. So let me take Coleman's off. Let me put yours on. Once I click the right button. So with that being said, man, let me give you the time. Let me let you tell the world or introduce yourself to the world, who you are, what you do, what team you rock with, and anything else you want us to know. And then we'll get this party started.
I'm CJ Smith. I'm from Lovejoy, Texas, and I play quarterback and safety for 7-on-7 and play quarterback and linebacker for tackle.
Okay. And what grade are you in?
Just say that. I'm in 6th grade.
So another 6th grader, another young man looking like a high schooler. Like, what are y'all feeding these boys, man? Texas, y'all do something different. That's different. I love it. So, man, well, what do we got for CJ, man? Coach, hype CJ up a little bit. Tell us a little bit about CJ, because I'm sure he's going to be a little modest when we get to him. So give us the real deal on what CJ brings to the table.
He is a modest kid. He is a hardworking kid. After school day, he was outside and had to get his 50, 40-yard dashes in. He does it every day after school if he doesn't have a game that night. He's a smart kid. He loves football. He loves basketball. All these kids play multiple sports, and it's great. I encourage it. But he believes in the motto that nobody can outwork him, and he practices that every day.
Love it, man. So strong words, man. So how about this, CJ? Tell us what you bring to the table on the football field. Are you a team leader? Do people look up to you?
I bring hard work. I'm a team leader. I bring hard work to the table, and I'm just looking to turn any team around and bring the best in the kids and our players.
I love it. So what do you got for him, Steve?
Well, I mean, I'm going to talk it up and chop it up with you. Now, as a defensive player, I know you were looking at their quarterback on the other side of the field, and you were saying to yourself, man, he done toasted us for 18 points. And as a defensive player, you had to be feeling some type of way. So, young man, CJ, as a defensive player, I know you play on both sides of the balls. You also a quarterback, so you understand. But as a defensive player in the moment, what was going through your head on the second touchdown they scored?
Going through my head, I realized that I had to play over 99 after he just scored a touchdown, and I had to play the best I can if we were going to have a chance in this game, and I'm going to have to be the best I can.
Okay.
So do you remember each of the touchdowns that led up to 18?
Not exactly. I just remember them first drive. I think took it down really slow and took it down right down our throats. Second drive, they got a couple of deep shots, then they scored, and that's all I remember really.
And then the rest was a fog, man. He was laser focused. After that
Yeah,
halftime speech, it was go time.
yeah. So if you play linebacker at your school, coach, he was set up at linebacker or safety for y'all this past weekend.
This weekend he played safety. We had another one of our safeties as a linebacker. But yeah, not for school. They don't play school ball yet. They're still playing youth football. So in tackle, he played both linebacker and safety. That's the same thing in 7-on-7.
Okay.
Oh, so it looks like we lost Steve, man. So let's do this. All right. There's Mr. Hill. There's Austin. All right. Where's Steve? There's Steve. Everybody was calling in at one time. There we
Yeah,
go.
did you have to reposition any of your players to effectively stop that drive, coach? Because sometimes the defense have to make that adjustment to what the offense is doing. Did you have to reposition some of your players?
Yeah, we made the decision. One of their receivers, number 99, was the tall kid. Um, CJ is our tallest safety. He's 5'9", so we made sure we put him over 99, and our other safety moved to the other side of the field. And we varied the cover. These boys, they know how to play all kind of zone coverage, whether it be 2, 3, 4. We varied that a little bit without moving people around too much to try to get the quarterback a different look. I think it worked pretty well.
Yeah, it sounds like it did. Now, CJ, let's talk some defensive football with you real quick, CJ. When you looked at their defense and they were able to hold y'all to basically a one defensive stop score in the first half, what were you thinking about the way that their defense was using skills to stop the offense from moving for Lovejoy?
They're using their skills by putting their tall players on Coleman, one of our best wide receivers here, and they're really trying to play us deep because they know we could take deep shots. And just looking at it, their linebackers were pressing, playing aggressive football. So we were either gonna have to take it slow or try and get some deep shots on the field.
This is 12U. Can you believe that? This is 12U.
Look,
This is 12U. This is a 12U interview we're having right here. Can you believe that?
the football IQ, the conversation that's being had right now is just it's blowing my mind. Like I'm just sitting here smiling, enjoying just listening to this young man just talk football because he's talking like a grown man. Like I mean, he's got the ins and outs, and man, it's exciting. Like it's good convo, man. So Steve, man, let's get into that rapid fire. Let's learn a little bit about CJ.
Okay.
Let's find out who he is off the football field, man. So let's hit him with the rapid fire, and I'm gonna start just because I'm curious myself. Because I feel like sixth grade, you probably play a video game, right? So I'm gonna go Xbox or PlayStation.
I got Xbox, so I gotta go Xbox.
Xbox. There it is. So Steve, man, that was my rapid question. Just because curiosity killed the cat, I'm gonna let you shoot some questions at him.
Okay, yeah. I mean, let's go for it. Your favorite defensive player of all time.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to go Weapon X here. He's the best, one of the best tacklers to ever do it, and he's just one of the scariest players to ever play against.
Oh, hold on, my man went Brian Dawkins. Look, I like you 10 times more. Brian Dawkins is my all-time favorite defensive player ever. Obviously, I'm a big Eagles fan, but man, that dude is a monster. So the fact that you just brought up and you called him Weapon X, being it, look, I'm sorry, I had to chime in. That's awesome. That is awesome.
That's great. That's great. That's great. Great. Favorite subject in school. Go ahead, hit me with it.
Probably science, because I just understand it more, and it's more fun to learn.
Hey,
Okay. So you like that SpaceX, that Elon Musk type of Tesla stuff? I get you. I get you. Okay, so since it's gonna be science, who's gonna be your favorite scientist? Favorite scientist?
Bill
Uh,
Nye.
I don't know if I don't know if Albert Einstein counts as a scientist, but he's probably one of my favorites.
I mean, I would classify Mr.
I would
Einstein as a
classify.
scientist.
Yeah, we're gonna give Mr. Einstein the scientist status. You know, he did discover and calculate a few things,
Yeah, a few
Okay,
things. Yeah.
a few things. Now, I gotta ask you this question here: if you had to do it all over again, what would you have told your coach coming into this championship game? What would you have told your coach? What advice would you have given your coach?
That we have to keep the pace, the energy. We have to bring it. We're gonna have to play our best to try and beat the team.
Okay, so you had told your coach, "Hey, we want to keep up. We want to keep up the big energy, the big energy. Okay, the big energy. That's what you wanted to say, and that's what's great. That's what's awesome. Now, give me an opportunity to give people that love you dearly, that you know get off of this live, they would be upset if you didn't shout them out.
I'm gonna have to shout out my mom and dad, and all the people that push me at football practice, Coleman, and all the other boys on the team that push me every day, and my
Now,
coach.
come on, shout their names out. Shout their names out so they can know that
Look,
you
man, I
you
don't
know
know who
that.
mom and dad is. You got to shout them out.
I got Leslie Smith and Chad Smith,
Okay,
and
okay,
I
okay.
gotta say my trainer, Coach Damien. He works out with me every day, and he pushes me as hard as he can.
Okay. And what about some players on your team that you want to shout out?
Ooh, I gotta shout out. I can't just shout out one of them. I can't shout out all one of them. I gotta shout out the whole team because without them, we wouldn't be a team.
I love it. I love this kid. You are a prime example of what I would look for in my son when he's your age, man. You represent yourself incredibly well. You speak very very highly of the game. You got coach in the background, pops in the background, right? Is
Coach is
that
coach. Yeah, coach.
Yes, sir.
good deal, man? So look, it has been an absolute pleasure, and
Yes, yes, that's the picture. That's the picture of
Yes,
those
sir.
two MVPs with our Zenith swag bags. Yes,
there
yes,
it is. So good deal.
yes. When you go to school, you can put it on your bag. People say, "Where'd you get that from?" Say, "I won at Championship 7v7's tournament in Plano. I came out and balled out, got defensive MVP. Of all the people, of all the 300 people in your age group, you ended up with the defensive MVP for the tournament. That's saying something."
That's big time. So this is Lovejoy 2028, right?
Lovejoy 2028. That means those
Bellevue.
young men are going
Yes,
to
sir.
graduate in 2028. Let's
Do,
go.
doing real big things. So, fellas, it was an absolute pleasure. I'm going to let you get back to your evening. So, while we let you guys go, we're going to queue up our next guest. I appreciate it. But before we do, Steve, what do we got to do? I feel like we got to
Gotta go
shout
to our
somebody out. We got to shout somebody out, right? So, let me pull it up. Fair is only fair, right? They bless us, so we got to bless them. So, let me find the graphic. There it is. Go ahead and shout them out, Steve. You do it much better than I do.
Hey, look, we're gonna go with Zenith real quick because Zenith has been a huge blessing to us as an organization. Zenith has decided that they want to invest in the safety features that we make primary in our tournaments. Secondly, Yoked said, you know what? They do good on the field. Let's put something good in their body. Let's give them something good for their bodies. And Grip Boost says, if you're going to shine, you might as well shine in style. So if you're a DB or you're a wideout and you want to put your hands on the ball, you're going to catch the ball, you're going to intercept the ball, you might as well do it with the Grip Boost. And guess what? If you're out, we have the great media crew with Rob Oti, with Spotlight39 going live. We have the great Brittany Marvin. We have the great Alonzo Ramirez, the great R.L. Martin, the great Josh Vasquez. We have the greats all through here. Mike Morris just blowing it up, showing out, showing you what it's all about. Now, if you don't see them at the event, it's because you're not looking hard enough because they're out there snapping you when nobody else is paying attention. They got you out the corner of their eyes so they can write a brilliant scouting report for you over at 2MGE Gridiron Evaluations. Shout out to them. Shout out to Flip Sled, 24/7 Sports, the Air Travel Group, Zord Sports for what they've done to help us throughout the season here. We just really love all the things that happen with our sponsors and our partners. So, that being said, Rob, let's go ahead and roll into some of the most amazing playmakers that we had on Sunday, Saturday and Sunday. But when Sunday came, these people were putting on a whole show.
So these dudes put on. They put on a movie, right? They brought the movie premiere to Texas.
It was in 3D. You had to put them special glasses on because when they got on the field, people didn't even know they were coming. Them boys got on the field and showed out. Showed out.
Man. Look, so one of you fellas have an echo. I'm gonna go with Jalen, man. Check your audio for me. So these dudes, they put on a movie, right? They brought the movie premiere to Texas. Yeah, we got a nice audio lag. So fellas, if you don't mind, jump off and jump back on with that same link.
And while they're doing that, what's going to happen here is I can go ahead and give a big shout out to that 14U level up gold. Again, their coach was fired. He could not make it today because the boys are doing basketball practice and so much more. But he just wanted to have the love for those players. And of course, coach was
going to
big. Coach Flynn. Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Hello?
We can hear you. We're going to let you have it. Let's go.
Let's do this, man. Let's start off with Jalen, man. Let's start off with Jalen. Let me hand you the floor.
I don't know if y'all can hear me or not.
Yeah. You got audio? Can you hear us? Can you see us?
Right now, so.
All right. First and foremost, wait. Before she go, shout out that person helping you with the audio, Jalen.
Hold on. Trying to get the volume right so I can hear y'all.
Look, man, that's what happens when we're live. So look, while we do that, man, let me pull up a photo. What's this photo look like, Steve?
It's like QB1 getting ready to do a drop step. QB1 getting ready to do a drop step. But, unexperienced QB might have his head down, right, in the grass. But an experienced QB is used to having that ball in their hand and looking over the whole field because they got to read one. Now they're going through read 2 and 3. That's the experienced QB. And you see he just took one step. He already looked at his read 1. That experienced QB is looking for read number 2 right now. I just know he was trained the right way. Look at him looking downfield already.
I love it.
Already looking downfield.
So let's do this, man. He's got the headphones on. Let's do an audio check.
Hello?
Let's start with Jalen. Can you hear us?
Hello?
Do you have audio on us yet, Jalen?
I can't hear y'all. I don't know what's going on.
We can hear you, Jalen. We can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. I just can't hear y'all for some reason. I can tell y'all can hear me.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's start with Coach, right? So Coach, while we get the audio figured out on his side, yeah, go ahead and log in on your phone, man. See if that'll work out. I'll put that in the group message, man. So while we wait on his technical issues, let me hand you the floor, man. Tell us who you are, what you do, man, what team you rock with, all that good stuff, and then anything else that you want us to know.
Oh, well, my name is Patrick Hall. I am the head coach for Prime Truth 18U 7v17.
Okay, short and sweet. I feel like you muted yourself, Coach. Coach, we got no audio on you. You have muted yourself based on what I'm seeing on my end.
Might have been a touch, Coach, but you muted yourself right there. Just want to make sure you're good, Coach.
All right. So.
It's okay. Look, those are the I'm right back on the screen with us in just a second.
Nope.
While they're working on getting that technical difficulty stuff together, I'm going to go back out to this level up gold real quick because I just had to give a quick shout out. Coach Flynn had sent me the athletes to highlight for his team, his defensive MVP, class 2026 athlete Jaden Gregory. Also, offensive MVP 2025 athletes Xavion Robinson of Valley High School. And while we're working this out, let's see if we get a mic check on Coach before I go down the list even more. Go ahead, Coach.
Hey, I'm back in.
There we go. There we go.
I was
So,
probably on the call or something like that. But yeah,
yeah, that
yeah,
do
my
not
title
disturb boy is a
overall is
blessing.
I'm the head coach for Prime Truth 18U7v7 team. I'm an accountant. I'm an educator. I have a nonprofit organization by the name of a Change is Coming Scholarship Fund. Married, so that's a job within itself.
Come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on, Coach. Come
That's
on. Come
definitely a
on.
job
We're going
within
to do some
itself.
numbers that make sense real quick, Coach. You'll see. Let's do some numbers that
real
make
quick.
sense. 1 + 1 + 1, Coach.
2.
Come on. Come on.
1 + 1 is
All right, Coach. Now look here, Coach.
I don't know if y'all
Now,
can hear me now.
you know, your boys have been phenomenal. Okay. Your boys have been phenomenal. Okay. And so we're gonna switch this,
Yes, sir.
we're gonna switch this little bit back here. Look, your boys have been phenomenal the whole time, Coach. I want you to break down for us the analysis of your Saturday. Give us your Saturday breakdown, Coach. And I want you to do it not like, you know, we're in elementary school. I want you to break it down. We're ESPN type now. Let's go. Let's go, Coach. Give us an analysis. We have 4 games on Saturday. Give us game 1. It's 21 degrees in Dallas. Your boys come out. Walk us through that one.
Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. We came out shaky on Saturday. We underestimated our opponents because they were out of Iowa, I believe. Level Up. No, shout out to Level Up. We did underestimate them, and they put up numbers first, and we were like, wait a minute, now we need to tighten up. And then we had mouthpiece issues, and I did put in the group chat, hey, make sure everybody bring their mouthpiece. We got 10 guys without a mouthpiece. Okay, we got mouthpiece issues, and we got helmet issues, and I'm just okay. All right, now I'm not gonna burn the time out. You just come sit right here with me until we get this together. Then I sent my assistant coach, Torres Hill. Real talk. I sent my assistant to listen and take the wallet and go every mouthpiece that stand over there. And once we got our mouthpieces in, we was ready to play ball. And after that, game 2, I hate to be prideful, but we walked them. I'm not gonna lie, we walked them. I think that was 38-6. We walked in with all due respect to that team. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest with you. I felt like we were tried. When we were placing that bracket, that pool, I felt like the owners of Championship 7v7 was trying us and trying to make a statement or whatever. And I was like, okay, yeah, we're just gonna play our game. I have full confidence in my quarterback. We joke around a lot, but he's really a rookie vet. I call him a rookie vet, but he really is a vet, but he's a baby. So I have full confidence in him, and they trusted me with my play calling ability, and we literally walked every team 1 through 4. And then last game, that was pretty fun. I really felt like it was about 10 degrees out there, not 21 degrees.
Look, man,
about 10 degrees.
I just said it, man. I wouldn't brought the cold, man. Look, it ain't supposed to be that cold in Texas right now.
Right, I'm flipping through pages, fingers ashy, and I'm just like, man, say we gotta get this dub so we can get up out of here.
Look, he's still wearing the turtleneck, man. He's still cold from the weekend.
Yeah. No, I'm at the office right now.
Coach, come on,
Coach.
right
now, so yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Now look, Coach, let me ask you something real quick. Coach. Now you got to bracket play on Sunday. Now y'all had already won every game on Saturday. Okay. Now you said the first game was a little shaky, but the boys got a little wake up call real early, right? Coach, right. Let me give you a stat real quick, just in case you didn't know. Y'all had a differential of positive 94 points. That means that you put up 94 more points on the people that you played against. Okay, that's a pretty good statistic. While you are in the same pool, we had a negative. I want to get this right. We had a negative 127 point differential. So, Coach. Oh yeah, we're gonna let that sit in for a second, Coach. For those out there that don't understand, Coach, what does that mean in terms of diversity of talent at the tournament?
I'm not gonna lie. I was really impressed with a lot of teams at the tournament. Like they had it was some dogs at this tournament. I'm not gonna lie. It was some dogs across the board. You know, some just had
Hey,
better luck than
hey,
others, and
coach,
some
1 second.
woke up ready to play.
1 second. Let me just do this, man, because I know Jalen's been having some difficulties. So let me just do a mic check real quick. Make sure that we got audio on your end, Jalen. Can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. So I'm gonna let Coach finish, and then we're gonna get to you. We're gonna give you your moment to shine. All right. We're gonna hit you with the spotlight in just a second. Go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, I felt like it was some good teams there. It just some had better luck than others, and I had all respect for all teams. It's just my only disclaimer was we walked into the tournament the number one seed. We didn't have any media coverage, any cameras following us and covering games, and I'm just like, man, listen, I got a feeling, and when I get that feeling, listen, we got to handle business. But walking in Sunday morning, I said, listen, we rank zero. We're not the number one seed. We zero. None of this matters. We can get swept by the 28th seed if we don't handle our business. So being a number one seed, it was all fine and dandy Saturday night. But Sunday morning, we woke up on a mission and we had to go handle our business.
Good deal, man.
Coach, I'm gonna keep talking, Coach, real quick, and Jalen, you just gonna have to hold because your coach is superstar now. Coach want all the smoke. Now, see, I'm gonna tell you right now, these things get replayed for. We've had over 100 million people watch our stuff. So
Yes,
I'm
sir.
gonna ask
Yes,
Coach
sir.
one more time, Coach. You said that there was some dogs out here. Are there some teams that you think if y'all was slipping, they would have went ahead and got you?
Nah, because we were slipping, but they didn't get us. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. No, I
All
don't
right.
believe they would have caught us because in some games we were slipping, but we slipped, but we didn't fall. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes,
we
sir.
that's that on that.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
not
Yes,
gonna say.
sir.
I fully believe in my guys, so I'm not just gonna say, oh yeah, they would have got the best of us. No, we slipped, but we didn't fall. So yeah,
That's a solid answer, man.
That's prime truth
right.
for you. That's
I
prime
like it.
truth. That's some prime truth for you. And it makes sense because
Yeah,
he's a CPA. And so when he said prime means something different for y'all that didn't study in math class. Prime means something different.
yeah.
Now we're gonna roll over to Jalen because Jalen ready. Jalen is set
Hey,
and
QB1,
ready.
QB1.
QB1, QB1. Talk me through the most difficult game you had. Talk me through the most difficult game you had, QB1.
The most difficult game I think I had was will probably win one of the games where we didn't score very high. We were just wasn't on the same page with receivers. I just wasn't really on the same page with receivers. But I would say that we fought through that, and we really like towards the end came together and really start on the same page and really start putting our IQ together. I want to say we only had put up probably 20, 20 points, but I think that was probably the most difficult game. I'll have to say.
What was it that was difficult for you to get going in that game? What was it? Was it just the chemistry? Was it the timing? Was it what the defense was giving you to look at? Were they switching coverages? What was it?
I'll have to say it was just timing wise, because as a quarterback, you when you reading it, when you just reading the defense and you see something, your receiver don't see it at the same time as you see it. It kind of like throws you off a little bit. But yeah, I would have to say that. But as a team, we had to just adjust to that, and we had to adjust to that atmosphere that this is a game that we're not playing our best. So are we capable of making those adjustments while the game is going on? Because in tackle, you're gonna have to do that when you're playing tackle.
So that goes
Who's your
back
first
to.
read?
Oh, go ahead.
Who's your first read out the box? You know this person is going to be your bailout no matter what route it is. Who's your first read?
I really don't
Man,
have a
don't you
first
say it.
read. I
Don't
mean,
you
I think
say
everybody
it.
has a first read.
Actually, I want him to say it at this point.
No, really, I really don't, because reading the defense with the. I mean, I'm reading the defense, and whatever they give me as my first option, we gonna go from there
Okay.
as I'm reading it.
That's
High
a
football
QB1
IQ.
response.
High football IQ. That's what I expect to hear out of a high football IQ. All
I
right.
like it.
Now you got friends you play with. Friends don't mean nothing when you put on them pads and get out there on the field. What matters is who's open, who can I hit, who's gonna be in the best position, who's running a
Yep.
route where the defense ain't ready for him. QB1 talking that talk. Rob, what you got over there?
Look, man. So we did him a disservice. So I'm gonna rewind the clock for a second, man. Jalen, tell us a little bit about you, man. We don't even know who you are. Steve just went straight to the question, man. So go ahead, formally let the world know who Jalen is, man. Where you're from, what team you rock with, and anything else you want us to know.
I am Jaylon Talton. Uh, I go to Grace Prep, private school in Arlington, Texas. I'm from Arlington, Texas. Um, my favorite team, probably in the NFL, will be the Cardinals. I'm a Kyler Murray fan. We're both small quarterbacks. I'm not as big, so I gotta stick with the small quarterbacks.
Okay.
Uh, Favorite college team, Oregon, Michigan. Uh, yeah, that's pretty much it.
So look, man, I'm gonna take it back to Kyler Murray. Just because you said that, I got to enjoy Kyler Murray in person, man. I got to go out. I flew out to Cali. I covered modern day St. John Bosco, right? And then the next day, right, we had a little college football action, a little UCLA. But then Sunday, I got to go to SoFi, man. I got to go. I got to watch Kyler Murray play the Rams, and Kyler put on a show. That dude looked like he was like 4 foot nothing in person, and that dude balled out. So look, size does not matter. I think Russell Wilson, I think he was the one that really broke that mold, right? Size doesn't matter at quarterback. If you can play ball, you can play ball. And Kyler Murray is a baller. I had a lot of fun watching that dude. So when you
Yes,
brought
sir.
him up, look, that's somebody I would want to model my game at if I was, 18 in my prime. Fortunately, that's behind me. But I just had to share that story, man, because that dude he can play some ball, and it's fun to watch on TV, but he was even more fun to watch in person.
That being said, man, let me jump over here and talk to you real quick about
Sir.
that football again
I'm
here.
just small,
We got
small
Coach over
quarterback.
here, Jalen, and Coach is
Okay.
talking to you because I know Coach is one of those guys have a high IQ of football too. Now, do you ever disagree with the play Coach calls in the huddle?
Uh, every once in a while, just because you know, I might I might see something that he probably didn't pick up on, but for the most part, me and him, we're for sure eye to eye on everything for the most part. Like the
Okay,
majority
championship
of the
game,
whole
Jalen.
tournament, we
Championship
so
game,
again.
Jalen. Championship game. First play that you get the ball in your hand. What's Coach call?
Really, we trying to get off the hash. That's the first off that hash and get to the middle of the field so where we can have more spaces to work with and really just destroy that defense.
So, Coach, you pulled out the playbook. You said our strategy is we gonna get off of this right hash. We ain't finna be stuck on this
Yeah,
right hash.
yes, I need my quarterback to be able to scan the whole field. I need him to see exactly where those safeties are aligned at. So if I get him off that right hash and he's dead center where he needs to be, the sky's the limit.
Okay, so did you see a DB coach on the other side of the field? Because Coach, I'm thinking you probably play both ways too. Did you see a DB on the other side of the wheel that looked like there was gonna be trouble?
No, I didn't.
Oh my
I'm,
goodness.
I'm being
Coach
I'm
said
being
no.
I'm being hon- I'm being honest with you. And this is coming from a former receiver. I didn't see any DB that I felt like we would have had a problem with. And honestly, there was one DB that was talking in the game, and he was like, "Oh, y'all haven't called a pass on my side." I think that was Saturday night, I believe. And I said, "Listen, we targeting him for the rest of the night," and that's what we did. So it's just that on that.
This dude was
I
all he was all of it. He should just bring it on.
listen.
Oh, oh. Coach Coach
I
came with the
believe in my guys.
vacuum.
Yeah, listen, we got a freshman on the team, Jalen Mosley, young guy, young, learning 7-on-7, learning the ropes. man, I put him in motion and he's running wide open. I mean, listen, everybody gonna touch this ball. It's 7-on-7. Everybody gonna work. So I don't care who you got on your side of the ball. This is my team. I believe in my guys, and until you show me otherwise, I'm gonna believe in my guys, regardless of how many stars you got, how many offers you got, where you ranked at. None of that matter to me when we on the field. It don't matter. I'll give you your respect after the game, like I respect what you've done and all of that. But while we on the field, you're just a regular player to me, and we finna handle business.
Well, Jalen, what about that star business? Do you think, as a player, now I'm not trying to walk you into a trap here, Jalen. I'm just speaking off my head, okay? Just because listen to what I'm asking you. Do you think, as a player, that all this star nonsense needs to go out the window, and that it's too fixed?
Uh, I wouldn't say it don't have to go out the window, but I would say that people look too much into the stars because I know underrated players. Our team is underrated. Even me, I'm underrated. But like the stars, it's like you can go with it because now there are some 5 stars that are 5 stars. Don't get me wrong, or 4 stars, right? But I feel like there's a lot of underrated people that should be those 5 and 4 stars. So I mean, it really just depends. But and I feel like it should go out the window.
So look,
But
my
So,
my
take on that real quick, man.
don't get
I'm gonna share my take real quick
work.
because his audio keeps going in and out, man. And I think I'm gonna sum it up based on all the conversations I've done over the last year and some change, man. Look, stars are great. You know, they're well, you know, they're well had, right? And I think they're well deserved. But at the same time, there are so many dudes in so many different role areas that just don't have the exposure that could easily be a 4 or a 5 star All American. They just don't have, they don't have the camera dudes, man. They don't have rivals in 247 showing up at their door or on three now, right? These big companies, they're just not coming to these smaller markets, right? They're only coming to these smaller markets if these kids are going to bigger markets and hitting camps, and then that's where they get recognition. But if you're a baller, right, and you can play ball, but you just don't have the means to get to these camps or these exposure opportunities, right? That doesn't mean you're not a 4 or 5 star because at the end of the day, you get your scholarship opportunity. You go out there, you're gonna take that roster spot from that 5 star and show them what you're made of. That's my take on it.
Yeah, because I feel like
yeah, and
my whole
Jalen,
team is
Jalen, we're
overlooked. I'm
sorry
not gonna
about
lie
that
to you.
audio not being. Go ahead, Coach.
I said I feel like my whole team is overlooked from Diego, Jaden, Katori, Gerald, Sutton Lee, Austin, Tim, Caleb Mathis, Cole Mathis, Datrion McCoy, Brian Perez, Jalen Mosley, Tyler, Alex, Carter, Jalen, Trey, Jarian, Tremel, Tajak. My whole squad is overlooked. I'm just being honest.
And look what he just did there, yo. He just shouted out the squad. He shouted them out by
Hey, the
name.
whole team,
My
the
man.
whole team,
My man. That's
hey,
what
the
this is
whole team.
about.
We all overlooked.
Look, this is True Exposure Live, man. Partner with Spotlight39, and this is exactly what we stand for. I say it every single week, and I feel like this is a great time to say it again, man. Exposure is everything, and that's what we want to give these kids, man, because too many kids unfortunately don't have the exposure. They don't have the means to get to the exposure, and that's what we're bringing. That's what we're bringing with True Exposure Live and Spotlight 39. So I'm going to do this, coach, right? For any of your dudes, right? Including yourself, Jalen, right? And I apologize, I've been saying the name wrong. I've been saying Jalen, but nonetheless, man, open invite to any student athlete. If you got a story to share, you want a little piece of exposure, right? You want that extra step, that extra tool to add to your toolbox. Jump on, have a one-on-one conversation with me. Let the world know a little bit about who you are on and off the field. We'll play your huddle film, so you'll get the film out there, and it really does help with your exposure. That's what I got, man. Open invite. All you got to do is hit me on Twitter, and we'll get it on the counter and make that happen. So, Steve, man, before we let Jalen go, man, because our guy Austin's
I'm
been in the
sorry.
green. Oh, go ahead.
Nope. I'm sorry, man. If you can give me your email, I can shoot all of my players huddle over to you tonight
I
after this
got you.
conversation is over.
I got you. We will do that offline, most definitely. But with that, man, Steve, hit my guy with some final thoughts. What do you want? What do you want to hear from him before he jumps off and we bring Austin in because he's been patiently waiting in the green room.
Well, we have a situation with the audio here for Jalen. So, but I want to say something for Jalen. So Jalen has an opportunity to talk directly to college recruiters. Okay. Jalen, what would you want a college recruiter at any of these schools to remember about you when they have millions of players coming across their desk? Because if we're going to give you true exposure, it needs to start now. So I'm going to stop talking. We're going to be silent. Let this roll for you for just a moment so you can tell these college recruiters what you want them to know and which schools have you put on your heart that you would love to support and give your service to.
Um, well, what I want the schools to know is that yes, I might be undersized, but I play with my heart. I don't go out there just bullcorn. Like me being bar QB, I know every snap, every down means something to me, and uh, uh, I want them to know that I don't talk. I try to be a silent killer. I try to stay poised in any situation. Uh, I want y'all to know ups, no downs. To learn something new from anybody that's trying to see me go somewhere with this football. Um,
So let me try to summarize
and
with the audio going in
real
and out again. I think
thing.
we've got a pretty bad internet connection on your end, but from the sounds of it, right? You want coaches, recruiters, colleges to know that you may be undersized, right? But don't look down on you because you might be quote undersized. You play with your heart. You come out. You're willing to be coached, right? You're very coachable, right? You got a strong football IQ. We can tell that in our conversation. And ultimately, you want to go play ball with anybody and everybody that's interested in you because of what you bring to the table. That sound about right? I think that's about right. So let's do this, man. I'm going to say I appreciate it. I know we got some bad audio. I'm going to let you go enjoy the rest of your evening. Thanks for, dealing with the technology issues on your end, but we got through it, man. I think we got a nice snapshot of who you are, what you represent. But more importantly, man, good luck at the rest of the circuit. Hopefully we get the link in person. I get to see you ball out. So with that being said, man, I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to bring on your teammate who's been patiently waiting, Mr. Austin Lowe. Austin Lowe, are you there? Austin Lowe, are we there? All right. So let me see if I can put in the group message
Yeah,
to Austin.
While Austin is up and loading there, let's go ahead and get Coach back on the mic real quick here. So, Coach, you got two different styles of players
All right.
here. You got
So
Austin
let
Lowe
me see if
coming
I can
up,
put in the
and
group message.
you've had CJ before. So
So
with CJ, the work that CJ puts in as a quarterback, obviously you're grateful to have CJ work with your squad. Tell me about your defensive unit. Are you the DC as well as the OC, or do you have somebody else that runs DC for you?
Um, I'm a little bit of both, but honestly, how the defense work, we have our main plays, and I teach because I'm a speech teacher. I'm a high school speech teacher, and I teach my defensive players communicate. Y'all are out there. You got to communicate. If you don't communicate, somebody gonna be on the ground embarrassed, and then the other team gonna score. So you need to communicate with each other, and they run their defense according to their style. And if I need to make corrections, I make corrections. And honestly, none of the players actually fight the corrections because I pulled a player Saturday, and he was like, "Coach, thank you for that because we needed to win." So they understand their assignments and what they need to do. So as far as me being a DC, I wouldn't just say that. I would say I'm a babysitter. I'm a babysitter for the defense, so they know what to do because man, when all my guys' football IQ is high, it's crazy. Like Jaden Crawl had 4 interceptions in the tournament and 2 interceptions last week in another circuit we were in. That's 6 interceptions in 2 weeks as a linebacker. That's
That's nuts.
crazy.
That's nuts.
That's nuts. You know what I'm saying? 6 interceptions in 2 weeks. Man, listen. I, but as I said earlier, overlooked. My guys are overlooked. And on the field, I'm a humble coach, but when it's time to speak up for my guys, I'm gonna talk my talk. Overlooked.
Hey, look, we respect
Coach,
that, man.
yeah,
Yes,
coach,
sir.
and I think also when I look at it too, we think about these circuits, man. All these circuits out here, a lot of it boils down to the media, And I mean, look, we
Right.
got we got Austin right here, man, coach. Austin looking like he in high def over there right now.
Hey,
Can we
yes,
get a
sir.
They
mic
got
check?
Brandon on the back of the kitchen wall, the Lowe's kitchen. I like that. I like that. I like that. Austin, can you hear us? Can you
Mic
hear us,
check.
Austin?
Austin's got some audio issues as well. Look, man, it's
He's
been a
got
fun.
great picture quality, a little audio issues. Okay, Austin, see if you can rejoin for us here and get those audio issues together because we want to hear what you have to say. Austin's a very eloquent speaker. He doesn't know it, but we know it because, believe it or not, Austin has been followed, but he doesn't know he has by some of the stuff that he has going on, and also some of the other players. So we have scouts that are out there with us, and those scouts have been watching all the teams that come with us. They might not make a big noise about it,
Hey, we
but
got
they know
audio. I just heard him
we got
laugh.
audio. I heard him laugh. I heard him laugh.
So, mic check. Austin, can you hear us? Can you see us? Nope. We still got no audio on Austin's end. Trying to figure that out. Let's do
Okay,
this.
Austin said he cannot see or hear, so he might have to refresh that screen. But while Austin is on the page right now, Coach, give us a rundown of your scout, Austin, and an objective. Okay, pull yourself out from being a coach. Outlook for Austin real quick. Let's talk about things that DBs need to be able to do. Does he play a linebacker or a DB in his high school pads?
Oh, he's a DB. He's a cornerback. He's a true cornerback. Fluid hips. He's a vocal leader, and we actually bumped heads Sunday because I said, man, listen, you worried about my play calling. I don't even hear you doing your job. You're a vocal leader. You are a leader. You're sitting over here quiet. I don't know if you got, you sleep this morning or whatever, but I need you to wake up and talk because
Come on,
this ain't
come
you.
on.
I'm gonna call it out of you, man. If you're not playing like you, I'm gonna keep playing like you. You can go sit down. It's simple. But no, Austin's a vocal leader, high IQ player, great grades, good GPA, stuff like that is just overlooked. Kind of small, but he's a growing boy. You know what I'm saying? When he get to college, they're gonna put some weight on him, and he's gonna be able to do what he needs to do for the program to bring wins and success to that program.
Does he play better? Does he play better behind the ball, coach, or is he better? Is his technique get him where he's able to basically play off the ball and make things because of his speed?
I believe he's a true bump and run guy, and the reason I say that is because he'll line up on the biggest receiver and want to press, and I'm like, say, bro, back up. You know what I'm saying? Hey, back up because if he go on top of your head, it's gonna be a problem. And he's like, nah, I got it, coach. Okay, show me you got it, and he did just that. Hence why he's the defensive MVP of the tournament.
So you said he likes to smoke. He likes that bump and run coverage. Now, do you think he'd be able to adjust to a system that has him playing in zone in some college systems? Because people oftentimes misunderstand the success of your program. The success of you in a program has little to do with your actual individual talent, and it has more to do with the
Right.
system that you put in. So, what system is going to favor Austin in the coming years as he transition into a college program.
Well, one thing about Austin is very, very, very coachable. So he was playing man most of the tournament, but semifinals defensively we kind of struggled against what's that team? Lone Star.
Sooners?
And so we switched the
Lone
zone.
Star, yeah,
Yeah,
Lone Star's out of Katy,
yeah,
Texas. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yes, sir. And we switched the zone, and Austin was able to adjust and make plays as needed. So he's very coachable, and he can play in any system. But when you're a smaller guy, you tend to want to like flex your muscles, and I totally respect that. But he's very
Yeah.
coachable to play in any system, I believe.
Now, Coach, some of the guys you played against, you mentioned Lone Star right there. That's Coach Kenny Miller. I mean, those guys, that run really reputable programs. They pull in some of the great talent from the area out in the Katy and Cypress
Right.
area. Those boys came with kids like a Logan Mackey and stuff like that on defense. You were going to catch some spirit with those boys. But then y'all got to the finals and y'all played against those boys, the Sooner 7 boys. Now, the Sooner 7 Blue, I believe, was the squad y'all ended up playing against in the championship game. Very technical coaching. Could you see the strategy breakdown from Coach Rasmussen?
Yes, and we had to make several adjustments against Sooner Blue because how we came in was like, man, that's just not gonna work. If we don't had to switch to zone that game because we were playing man against previous teams, but in the championship game we had to play zone just based off the routes and the combinations that the other coach was calling. We did have to switch to zone that game.
Coach, we have Austin back. We can see Austin, but Austin, you're gonna have to turn us off. We can't listen to us and watch us at the same time.
You sleep this morning or whatever, but I need you to wake up and talk. Come on, this ain't me.
Yeah, I was trying to get him to join on his phone because it looks like he might be on a laptop, which might be the challenge.
It just says connecting.
All right, hey Austin, can you hear us?
You're in the camera.
Austin, can you hear us? I think Austin's on a mean delay right now.
Does he play better behind the ball?
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to get him to join on his phone again. And
let's keep talking about football, Coach. Let's keep talking about football. Okay, so you saw what Rasmussen was doing. First off, I mean, who had the ball first, offense or defense? Y'all or them?
Oh, the championship game, we had the ball first.
Okay, Coach, you coming out, what type of defense were they giving y'all? What type of defensive look were they trying to give y'all to slow down CJ?
What was crazy, I believe Sooner 7 was trying to disguise. Oh my goodness, I forget what they were trying to disguise, but they were trying to cheat that safety over. And I'm just like, man, Diego, I don't want anybody to do anything else. I want Diego to go beat him one-on-one. Go beat that safety one-on-one. I got it. Underneath Ralph Cumming. They're going to get confused. Go beat him one-on-one. And that was our first touchdown. Diego, my running back, he's out of Midlothian, Texas. He had over 1,200 rushing yards this year. He just ran an over route and beat him. Like, it was just, honestly, it was embarrassing, but it was great for us. But he beat him like he stole something from him. So, yeah.
man, oh man. So look, we are having Steve's he's jumping off, jumping on. Let's see if we got Austin, man. I've been trying to tell him to get on his phone. We're gonna give it one last shot. If not, we might have to postpone and have him rejoin on another episode.
I'd love to get both Austin and
Jaylon
back on. Austin and Jaylon back on. Even if we have to jump over to our Twitter space, because ultimately, I'd like to give those young men an opportunity to have that conversation and that exposure.
Absolutely.
Coach Rasmussen was running some type of secret scheme against you, basically trying to hide that safety and keep y'all from going over the top.
And a couple of times he did a great job doing that. I'm not gonna lie. A couple of times he did a great job of hiding his safety. I'm just like, man, I tilt my hat to him. Like, I tilt my hat to every coach in that tournament because they were calling some great plays.
Yeah. So then when y'all take that first drive, Coach, did y'all score your first drive out?
Actually, no, we didn't. My apologies. We didn't score the first drive, and that, we were trying to get ourselves together because, like I said, they were disguising and scheming with that safety, and I'm just like, man, wait a minute. We got to get off this hash. I can't see that safety hiding on this hash, and their coach did a heck of a job doing what he did, and that's why they made it to the championship game because of their coach.
Very technical coach. Now, see, well, the fun thing
Yes, sir.
about
Yes,
seven
sir.
on seven with our circuit is that you get people from all over the nation, and then we're going to have some people come in from Canada. We're going to have some people come in from Mexico, some people come in from Europe. Now, what's fun about that is you can take your coaching IQ now and you can start to adjust some things
Hey, Steve,
because,
pause.
yeah,
Hey, Austin, can you hear us? Can you see us?
now he just has to unmute himself.
I try to unmute yourself on your phone, and I think we're solid.
I can hear you.
Look, my man. So let's pause the
What?
conversation. Let's hand the floor to my guy Austin. Tell the world who you are, where you're from, what team you rock with, anything else you want us to know about you. All right, this is your moment to shine.
My name is Austin Lowe. I'm from Midlothian, Texas. It's a small town outside of Cedar Hill, Waxahachie area. I'm a Cowboys fan.
All right,
Love
conversation over. No, I'm just kidding.
No, real talk. You off the team,
you
brother.
got.
So Cowboys fan, right? What grade we in?
I'm a junior.
So we a junior. We got plenty of time to get bigger, stronger, faster, right? So coach said, so some people try to, take advantage of the situation because you might be a little undersized, right? I look at this picture, not this picture. Hold on. I look at this picture. You don't look too undersized, man. The picture,
Nah,
look, that's a great shot. That's a great shot, man. So undersized means nothing. We just had that conversation on the offensive side. Defensive side, same thing, man. Size at this point in the game is just a number. Because if you can play ball and you can stop the ball, what else do they ask for, right? So, Steve,
right.
man, let's get back to the agenda right now that we got them in full HD, 4K, live and indirect. We got good audio, man. We ready to go, man. Steve, hit them with what you got.
Well, I'm going to start off. I'm going to start off with this. Your coach, your coach has come on here, really represented you all well. And that's something that we like about Championship 77. We don't invite people that have bad behavior. Your coach has a high football IQ. In fact, most of the people that coach with us could go pretty much anywhere and coach at the high school and college level. Okay. Now that from time to time we get some inexperienced people. Now, Mr. Lowe, I understand you have a slight disagreement on coverage with your coach. Can you explain that to us?
You lagged a little bit. I didn't hear the question.
You had a slight disagreement with coach about some coverage on the championship game.
Right. Right.
Explain it.
You know, throughout the tournament, we were, trying to get our feet wet, running different things, trying to see what stops what. Championship game, he thought that a certain coverage would stop what they were doing. I thought it was different. It's just, it's just part of football, right? I'm on the field. I saw something that he didn't see. He thinks that he saw something I didn't see. So I think it's just part of that partnership as him being our coach. He listens to us as players. He doesn't just force us to do certain things. If we don't agree, then we can run. We want to run as long as it's working. So, I mean, yeah, we disagree, but I think we got it figured out and came away with a trophy.
I love that. I love that. What I love about that is that one, it shows a great sign of maturity to allow yourself to take information from another person. And college coaches all over just perked up for that.
Yep.
Your teammates that you play with, who is another person that you play with that you feel would need that shine right now? They're just like that. They can talk to a coach, they can see something, be respectful, because we're from down south here, right? Texas is a whole bit different ball game. You can't come in Texas and act some type of way when it comes to coaches. You got to respect your coaches. So that being said, you're out there playing safety, right? Safety or left DB, right DB, which side?
Corner.
Which side?
Yes, sir.
Corner, okay.
Left.
Corner, okay. Left corner. Okay, on the right side. Do they run like you? Are they good as you on the right side?
Yeah, I mean, I would never talk down about anybody on my team, especially about somebody who I need to go out there and do their job. I think everybody on the team is a dog. You know what I mean? From Diego to Gerald to DT, everybody's a dog. So I think that you know everybody needs the exposure, which is why I think that you know we got to figure out a better way for the media to see us. We went into Sunday as the number one seed and I didn't see too many cameras until the championship game, and at that point we had already done the work. We were championship game. Y'all are now witnessing what we've been doing since 3 weeks ago at our first practice. You know what I mean? So I think that
Y'all were dogs. You're saying y'all were dogs the whole tournament, and y'all didn't
yeah.
see that. Y'all didn't see that love. Now let me ask you something, Austin. What would they have seen in game number one that you would want them to remember about you?
Game one, number one, I think they would have seen us face adversity. It didn't start off nearly the way that we wanted it to start. Guys didn't have helmets. We had five guys playing defense, receivers playing corner, and all kinds of stuff. So I think that they would have seen us as a unit, not just me. They would have seen us come together as a team and say, "Hey, it didn't start off the way we wanted it to start. We got to win this game. There's still a game to be played."
Now,
They
out
would
of
have seen
respect for
me.
coach, now did that stuff. Did coach have y'all have that? Coach said that he already sent messages to y'all. So out of respect for coach, this one on coach, right?
Yeah, that's
Oh
that's
God.
that's our bad. He said it, and I don't think we we should have listened. He said it, but we were just ready to go. We might have forgot the mouthpieces in the bag or whatever, but we got it right. Got it right.
Okay, okay. Go ahead, son. Go ahead. Now, game number two. What would they have seen in game number two?
Game number two was a blowout. We had got our feet were wet. We got warmed up. We figured out that we was gonna have to, we was gonna have to play our best brand of football if we was gonna come away with the number one seed. And that's what we did in that game number two. We set the tone, raised the bar a little bit.
Do you think that you punish? Do you think you punish your second opponent for what happened in the first game?
For sure. No doubt. I think that we had something to prove. The first game we should have won the same way we won the second and third. We should have won the same way, but I think that it was game by game, and we realized, okay, these other teams out here need to be put on alert. They need to know that we can put up points and we can stop you from scoring, and that's exactly what we did.
Now, Austin, they say women gossip. I hear that a lot. I hear that little stereotype. But when you're out there on 7 versus 7, aren't the boys doing a lot of gossiping too?
Yeah, it gets a little chippy. Guys are a whole lot more bold in 7-on-7 than they are in tackle for some reason. I guess that's because you can't hit them. Uh,
Talk,
you know,
talk your talk.
so guys from other teams will be
Talk
on the
your talk.
sideline talking. Dudes from other
That's the
teams.
best they said all night. I'm sorry. That was
I had a
perfect.
dude come talk to me while I'm on the field who we played earlier, beat him 31-18 or something like that the day before. He's still talking to me about that game. I'm like, man, you went home at noon. You know what I mean? It's championship Sunday. You back at the crib ready for church. So like, it don't even make sense to me. But it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. We we gotta keep it pushing. Sometimes that trophy speaks for itself. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Sometimes that
Hey
trophy speaks
man,
for itself.
talk
You got a
your
lot of guys
talk.
out there that aren't really concerned about winning. They're out there just trying to look good and whatever that is. We want to win over here, and so the trophy speaks for itself.
So that's not. They don't call y'all. They don't call y'all secondary truth. They call y'all prime truth. They don't call y'all tertiary truth. They call y'all prime truth. They don't call y'all quaternary truth. They call you prime truth. You dropping the prime truth on us right now, Austin. Now look, let's go to that. Let's go to that third game on pool play. Third game on pool play. Tell me what you saw. Now this, you only have one more game left after this, and the gossip machine has already started.
Right.
Prime Truth came out the first game for everybody. 20 degrees in Plano, Texas. Degrees. People out there looking like they dipped their hands in flour. Now, game number 3. What do you see? What do you see?
Uh, Game three, that's when it first started getting cold. Sun started to go down, so now the game is starting to be mental. Are you gonna be able to fight through the outside effects like the weather and battle through and get the job done? And I think we did just that. I forget the exact score of the game, but it was close. I mean, I don't think that we ever had a
25
game.
to 11. 25 to 11.
20,
I
Look,
got it.
Coach ready.
25 to 11.
We scored. We scored. I want to say a little bit of it was close. It started off rocky. They had a stopper, so we got a stop, and it was close. But just like all the games, I mean, everybody on our team knew that for us to lose, we were gonna have to beat ourselves. We were gonna have to make stupid decisions and bust coverages and things like that. And those are things that we just didn't do. My guy Jalen, he a dog. He didn't throw a pick to the championship game. I don't think because he didn't do that to the championship game. We didn't bust coverages. We didn't give up one play touchdowns. Like we made our opponents work, and I think that that's what helped us. In the third and fourth games that Saturday.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and help out here. So, Coach said 25-11. Y'all were playing. Okay, so the first game y'all played was some boys out of Iowa, okay? Out of Iowa. Nobody had ever seen them. But the owner of that team actually played football with one of the owners of Championship 7v7 here, okay? So that was interesting back in the day. Now, we're talking about Gary's about 60-something
great
years old.
organization.
So that was
great organization.
Way back then. Okay, very class act group of people. Y'all ran up on them something quick and serious. Okay, so then you played Port City Prospects with Coach Black. Those young men are coming out of Port City, Louisiana. Okay, first year organization. Really have played in 7-on-7. Coaches really down there in Louisiana doing some amazing stuff, trying to build a great brand of organization with class act people, business people, just like your coach. Okay. Now, the third team you played was Texas Flex White. Now, the Texas Flex brand is Coach Flight's brand, right? And so now Coach Flight had come on to our previous live show. He was our preview, right? Now, wait, I see this out of Austin. Austin, what's that expression mean?
I mean, I think that people get too caught up in the hype. Coach Fly, he's a great DB coach. I see all the stuff on Twitter and Instagram, and I've hit him up, and I'm gonna start training with him this summer, this spring. But I think that people get too caught up in the hype, and that's the stuff that you guys talked about with Jalon, all the stars. Yeah, they were out there, balling, and they had a couple good receivers, but 25-11 speaks for itself. It was prom Sunday, championship Sunday. You know what I mean? I've never been one to really boost. I'm not gonna boost, but I don't have to boost because we handle business. We beat them 25-11. Championship Sunday, first game. It started off rocky, but their other team.
Now,
and luckily,
that was a different
team,
though. That was a
went
different
the same
team,
way,
Austin.
in my opinion.
Yeah, that was a different
I know. I'm
team,
saying,
Austin.
they had three teams.
Yeah, they had three teams. They had black, gray, and white.
Together.
Now y'all took care of white.
Yeah.
Y'all took care of white.
I'm
then
sure they
you
all
took care of
together.
in pool play. Yeah, they're all the same in your opinion. They're all team flex is all the same. They just split up for the tournament. Okay, so your last game that you had in pool play. Yeah, your last game was another team from Louisiana, the U Elite. That was Coach Wallace's team out of Monroe, Louisiana. Y'all had them 16-8. Tell me about that game. Tell me about the 8 points they got on that game.
That was a very important game. In my mind, it was the most important game that we played, in the whole tournament other than the championship, because going into that game, we knew that we had to win by 8 points to get the 1 seed. And so we played like that. They had a chance to make it close at the end, but we knew that 8 points was the goal, and that's exactly what we did. We won by 8. I don't think there aren't too many just details about that game that I could just drive home on, but I know that we were going for that 8-point win, and that's what we did.
Okay, now did your coach inform you that y'all needed that 8 to get to the number 1 seed, or were y'all looking on the app yourselves and looking, saying, hey, this is what we need to get there?
Actually, I went on the app and I was looking at the standings, and I was like, hey, we're tied with Flex Black, and I went up to him and I said, hey, if we win by 8 points, we're gonna get the 1 seed. And he was like, bet. And that's what we went to do. When he said bet, I knew. I was like, all right, he gonna do what he got to do. I need to go do what I need to do.
Okay, so you guys knocked off. Y'all knocked off Team Flex Gray. Coach, you over here. You got your kids. They already knocked off White. Team Flex White in the Saturday pool play. The first thing you look down at your bracket and you see Team Flex Gray. Okay, what's going through your mind Sunday night? Okay, we just knocked off this other Team Flex. Now we know we're coming out trying to make a name for ourselves. The way that people out here not following us, we feel like they're not giving us that media love. Team Flex come back on, and now we have the gray version. What are you thinking in your head, Coach? You think you just gonna roll on them, or you thinking we better go ahead and put in some work?
My
First thoughts,
mindset is
first
a
thoughts, Coach.
24 hours.
First thoughts.
Yeah.
First thoughts, Coach. First thoughts.
My first thought is it's a 24-hour rule. So I got 24 hours to forget about. I'm gonna celebrate, but then the next day I gotta forget what happened. So I went to celebrate. I went to go get something to eat with my wife. We went to go eat at what's that, rusted tacos or something like that. We went to go eat.
Come on,
So
come
and I
on.
went home. I went home to game plan for the next day because I knew we were the number one seed, and there was a high chance we could be knocked out by a lower seed first round. So I went home to game plan, and I woke up Sunday morning. I'm like, listen, my motto for the day was play confident and not cocky. There's a difference between playing cocky and playing confident. You
Look,
got to play
man,
confident.
look, hold on. Jada Kiss said it best, right? I ain't cocky, I'm confident. So when I tell you I'm the best, it's a
Right,
compliment, right?
right.
Love
So
it.
we got to play confident. We got to play confident football all day. And that first game, man, I looked on the schedule. I was like, man, listen, I don't know if this the devil or what, but why are we facing another flex teams? Is like, man, that's a great program. And the kids were informing me about the program. I'm like, man, wait a minute. Where you get all these kids from? You know what I'm saying? Where you get all these kids from? They basically football university over there. Where you get all these kids from? This is a high class program. High class program. Shout out to Coach Flight,
Yeah,
Coach O, all of those boys over there. High class program, but
man,
I
Coach
knew we
O,
had to
man, you
handle our
said it,
business.
Coach O. Coach O been in the game a while. Coach O been in the game a while.
Yeah, yes sir,
That's
yes sir,
much
yes sir.
respect. Much respect. Yeah, yeah.
Me and Coach O talked when I was in high school playing football. So much respect to the OG, man. Real talk, much respect to the OG, man. Man, you got to pay dividends where it's due, man. Those guys, they put their time in, and their resume speak for itself, honestly. So I knew that. Listen, that's like That's like Austin lining up against Julio. You know what you got to do.
Yes,
You got to
sir.
prepare
Yes,
for it,
sir.
and I knew that this was going to be a tough battle, and we got a tough opponent early in the month. Some of my players still have in there that first game, and man, y'all got to wake up. After that first win, didn't even celebrate. I was like, not worth celebrating. That was a warm up. Why are we celebrating? And honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. Sunday we did not play. Out of the 4 games we played, we still haven't played our best football.
So out of 4 games, you still weren't feeling you were at where you needed to be.
If I could put my whole team on this live interview, they will all tell you we did not play our best football at all Sunday.
Okay.
The football gods were on our side. We did
Well,
not
look, y'all
play
y'all
our
went to
best
that
football
second
Sunday.
game. Y'all went to that second bracket game, Coach, and y'all just rolled. Grand Elite white and gold. They had some work. I mean, y'all put some work on those young men. 31-13.
We beat them 31-13, but the pool play we beat somebody 38-6. Still ask me, is that
Now,
our
now,
best
see, now
football?
the 38-16 was a first year team. So I'm gonna say that, like I said, the Grand Elite team in bracket play, everybody coming out for serious. You see what I'm saying? Everybody coming out for
Man,
serious. They know
listen,
they're gonna
I
win or
don't
go
care
home.
if they're first year, second year, third year, 15th year, Hall of Fame year. I don't care. We still did not play our best game of football.
So Lone Star, y'all got them by 6 in the third bracket play. Third, 6 points.
Yeah, in
Controversial
triple
play.
overtime. Triple overtime.
Controversial play. There was a controversial play on the catch. I think it was ruled a non-catch. And the young man had his hand underneath in slow-mo. We can see it. And it was actually looks like it was an actual catch. It's hard to tell, but we got some video in today. But Rob doesn't have it for us to go through instant replay. But walk me through that game, because it seems like
Okay.
that game was the work. And again, if this could be wrong, I could be wrong, but triple overtime might mean that might have been one of y'all's best competitors of the day.
Yeah, it was. Me and the coach, we exchanged numbers afterwards. And I'm from Houston, so just to see another Houstonian do what he need to do, man, much respect. So at that game, honestly, I knew from the get go that they were going to be a problem. The way they came out, the way they
Come on,
warmed up,
come on.
I'm like, listen, we still haven't played our best football. This is going to be a problem, man. We first couple of drives, man, we dropped what, two wide open touchdown passes. I'm talking about guys by themselves, busted coverage, dropped them. And fast forward after the win, I told the guys, listen, I hate to be this person, but I got to be this person. We wouldn't have been in that situation if we would have played confident and not cocky. You were cocky because you were wide open and you didn't focus. Eye to the catch, look that catch in, and you dropped the ball. I'm just being honest. So back to the gameplay. That was literally a tit for tat game. It's like, man, listen, Pat Mahomes versus the Bills type of game. It was tit for tat, and Jalen and the receivers. Man, I'm serious. It was like, man, they didn't miss. They didn't miss. It's like, man, what type of time are we on? Like, I can't even take credit for that game. That was all the players. That was all the players. And then Gerald sealed it
Yeah.
with a game winning interception. And I call him a walk on. He's my walk on.
That's my walk on. Hey, Steve, man. So let's do
Right.
this.
We bumped him up to scholarship after that game, though. We bumped him up to scholarship.
There it is. So, Steve, man, let's close this thing out, man. What else do you got for these fellas for time's sake? So we stay on time. What else do you got for these fellas before we let them get back to their night and we close this thing out?
All respect. Gonna start with Coach here. Coach, you got your better half, the one that really makes it possible for you to love on these young men and do what you need to do to sacrifice for them and to teach them the right way to go. Love for you to take a time to shout out your family right now.
I want to shout out my wife, Dottie. I want to shout out my sisters, my uncles, my families. I want to shout out Mr. John Mosley, Richter, Torres Hill. Uh, I want to look. I'm going to be hood for a moment. I want to shout out the hood. You know what I'm saying? All my guys on the block. And I'm just like, hey, gang, and them. I want to shout them out. But no, honestly, man, everybody that believe in me. Shout out to Coach Mathis, Coach Prime. I consistently thank them for this opportunity. Pour into the guys because without them, I would be here on this show. And Jackson, you know what I'm saying? We believe, and we're ready for the next opponent.
I love it.
So proud of you, Coach. So proud of all the stuff that you all did for honesty and your clarity. Because if we're going to do it right, well, that means it needs to be an iterative process. The iterative process means we constantly refine it. And so appreciate your hard work with these young men. For people out there that don't notice when they turn on the news or look on the social media, this is what success looks like. Not only is Coach a CPA, his own CPA for his own firm. Coach is also a communications speech instructor for young students as well. Coach is just doing it big, and he also devotes his time to his family while also devoting his time to coaching these young men and also advocating for them. I'm missing some things because there's more things to it, but I just want you to know, let's
Yes,
put
sir.
some respect on his name. So that being
Hey,
said,
thank you.
Mr. Lowe, you have an opportunity now to speak to college coaches directly. Yes, you said you've been given some shine before, so you understand you have that opportunity to make room to be with college coaches and stuff. What I want you to do is talk to them directly right now. Tell them what makes you you and what do you want them to remember about you going into the recruiting season.
First I just want to say that I'm a guy who loves football. Eat, sleep, and breathe it. I think I know I have the talent. I know that I have the support system around me to get me to where I need to be. And at this point in my life, all I need is a shot. I've been blessed enough to receive interest from colleges. I had the DB coach at Jackson State reached out and sent me something this morning.
That's big.
So I'm blessed enough. I have the Houston shirt on. I went on a visit back in September. Um, so yeah, I mean, I just think that I just need a shot. I'm the guy. I 110% effort. I have bad days, just like everybody else. I have days I don't want to get out of bed, and I have days that I don't want to lift, but I do anyway. And those are just all the things you have to do to be able to relax later on down the road. And it's always been about making dreams come true to me. It's never been about the stars or the glory that comes with it. It's about making dreams come true. So I mean, that's all I have to say. Honestly, I'm just a dude who loves football and wants to continue to play.
And give me one more. Give me one more. I want you to give a shout out to some of the people in your life that has made that living a little bit easier to do when it's been rough. Now, because we don't need people when it's easy, right? Easy, everybody want to be around you. But when it's been
Right.
rough, who do you want to give that love, those flowers, those roses to at this moment?
Shout out to my mom. She's been in here this whole time telling me to get my hands out my face and things like that.
Shout out to mom.
What's
she
mom's
wakes
name?
up,
Give us mom's name. Give us mom's name.
Her name is Symphony.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mom. If you can hear us, we appreciate you. We love you.
Oh, she can hear you.
Okay.
Hey, there she is.
Yeah. Shout out to her. She gets up every morning, takes me to lift in the morning. Shout out to my grandfather and my brother who's always trying to run one-on-one and stuff like that, but he don't want that smoke, so I've been trying to leave him out of there. Shout out to my DB coaches at school, Coach Young, Coach Paramore. Those are my guys. Shout out, teammates on my 7-on-7 team right now who I play with at school who I've known forever. Diego Benson, he's another dog. Just another guy who loves football. I'd be wrong to leave people out, which I have no choice but to do. I can't say everybody's name, but thank you to everybody. I shout out to everybody who's helped me get this far.
That's big time, man.
Love it. Rob, I just gotta say this before I let these two men go. This is the blessing for the world right here.
That's it.
The way that Austin is actually the standard of how we are as a community of people out here in the football world, also in the academia world. Austin has not only been raised right, but he has a standard for himself and for those around him. And so when we see that type of strength of character and integrity, it's something that we ought to be proud about, and everybody ought to stand up for and be proud about. So, Austin, you keep doing what you're doing, son. Coach, cannot appreciate you more for all the work that you've been putting in. And I'm going to turn it back over to Rob because Rob loves to close out the show the right way. And I'm just going to fade into the black.
So look, fellas, Steve said it best. We definitely appreciate you taking the time out your day. You guys represented yourselves, the program, top notch. I'm excited to see what you guys continue to do the rest of the circuit. With that being said, man, I'm going to jump back to just me and Steve. You guys have a great night. Coach, we're going to link up offline. Like I said, I got an open invite for anybody and everybody that wants exposure, man. That's what Spotlight39 is all about. Obviously, we partner with TruXposur, hence the TruXposur Live on Wednesdays, talking everything 7-on-7. But we want to go deeper, man. We want to learn a little bit about who you are on and off the field. Let's talk them grades, man. Let's watch that film. Let's do it big. So, with that being said, I'm going to jump back to me and Steve. You guys have a great night. I appreciate y'all.
Hey, appreciate y'all, man. Blessings.
Thank you for having us on.
So, Steve.
Yes, sir.
Back to us. We're going to close this thing out, man, and there's only one way to do it. I'm going to let you do the sponsor thing, man, because you do it best. So shout them out one last time, and then we're going to close this thing out with 39 Hearts, the nonprofit, the reason why I do everything I do, the reason why Spotlight 39 is a thing. So shout out our sponsors. Tell them what they get.
Hey, look, love everything that our sponsors bring to the table. If you happen to end up with the MVP with us, you get a swag bag full of Yoked and Grip Boost. Okay, Yoked and Grip Boost. That means that you get something for your hands and you get something for your body. You go ahead and put that Yoked into your system. When we say powered by Yoked, we mean the best advanced technology to put the most natural energy resources in your body so you can keep playing strong. Now with Grip Boost, we do a phenomenal job at making sure you have the Grip Boost liquid and you also have the Grip Boost gloves. But guess what? In Plano, we sold out. We literally sold out. So when you come to our tournaments, don't wait until Sunday to try to buy the gloves. Get them on the spot on Saturday when you arrive. And also Zenith Loop, protecting your head. Boy, the Zenith group at Zenith Football, they have done a phenomenal job with that. And so we want to give them a special shout out. Special shout out to Jacob Maxwell for all of his hard work and dedication as the CEO of the corporation, and also Gary Minson as the CFO for all of his help bringing together those three sponsors that you just saw. Without those two men working and dedicating themselves to the mission so that all of these young athletes can have exposure, we would not be here in this moment with you right now. So again, shout out Jacob Maxwell, shout out Gary Minson. We appreciate you.
So look, shout out to the sponsors, shout out to the team, shout out to our media team, man. We've been shouting them out all night. So look,
our registration team.
Yeah, register. Look, we can't miss Miss Carla and her squad, right? I mean, they do.
Carla, Miss Nelly, Miss Sharon, look, all y'all, love y'all to all ends, because without you, we don't have pretty smiling faces that are eloquent in speech. Look at all these young people to make sure they're qualified and eligible to come in and play with us. We couldn't do it without you. We couldn't do it without you. Our field manager team, just phenomenal under Corey Harbert, just amazing work. We couldn't do it without you. Okay, we couldn't do it without every single one of you coming out to make it work. From Spencer to Kat, just Kat behind that merchandise. She's the person you see with that smiling face and that long, I think, black hair, brown hair. It's dark color hair. When you see her, she's smiling at you. She's there to make sure that you have the merch you need. Just phenomenal person. We have a team that just loves giving back, and that's why they show up at 20-degree weather to make sure you're taken care of.
So look, that's one way to close it out, man. So you thought you was going to fade into the background, but I put you to work, man. So with that being said, I appreciate everybody tapping in, commenting, all that good stuff. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like this video, because YouTube loves when you give it a thumbs up. And that's how these kids are going to get the exposure they deserve, man. So with that being said, I'm Rob Odie. That's my guy, Steve. Championship 7v7, True Exposure Live, coming to you every Wednesday. Make sure you tap in. I'm going to close the thing out like I do every single time.
They wish and I wish and I wish and I wish and they wishing on me.